Alright, we're going to be talking about the Winston versus Zarya matchup. This is generally considered to favor the Winston a lot, but I think that it's worth going through it and talk through like why exactly is Winston favored in this and what the Winston should be looking at in order to be successful against Zarya. So we start here on Rialto offense. I come out the door, and I'm immediately going to see, okay, what do I see here? I see Zarya's playing low ground. I see that there's a Moira here, Soldier, and I don't see the break, she's behind the wall. And then I see the Hanzo top right. So an important thing about playing Winston is you should basically never be targeting the opposing tank unless they're out of position, and you can bubble them off and get the kill. So my perspective here is I got to jump, right, and I got to go after somebody. I'm not going to be going after Zarya. I don't want to go low ground in general because there's a lot of people down here. So I want to go for the Hanzo, who's currently isolated. So one thing to keep in mind is like, could I just stand behind the cart? I could, but that opens my team up to potential picks, right? The Hanzo can get picks, the Soldier can get picks. You know, I'm not doing anything if I'm just like moving the cart right now. So if I have the opportunity to go early, which I can, right? We're within one jump range, I might as well go. So you see I charge, right click, right? I'm just kind of looking to see if I can get a little bit closer, right? Jumping from here, not going to make the high ground. Jumping from the left side, I can. So I go right for Hanzo, right? Land on top of him, drop him pretty, really low, and you're going to see that I put down bubble right now, make sure I don't take more damage from the rest of the team, and I forced out bubble. This is great. So I think something that happens with Winston is that you can get discouraged when you jump people and they don't die, but that's actually totally normal and a sign that you're doing the right thing, right? Forcing cooldowns as Winston is a huge part of your job, as part of all tanks' job. Generally speaking, nobody dies if defensive cooldowns are available. So the fact that the Zarya wastes bubble here on the Hanzo is great. So you see the Zarya only gets 7 energy out of this because I stopped zapping right away, and I immediately switch targets to zap the Zarya. Zarya pops her bubble, and you see I immediately stop attacking her, and now I just chill. So the Zarya ends up getting 47 energy. Most of that is not from me, right? Again, I zap the Hanzo and then force the bubble, then I zap her, she bubbles, and I immediately stop, so I only fed her maybe like 10, 12 energy. The rest of the energy is from my team shooting her, which you can't really control. So, but why was this successful, okay? So A, Zarya should be at 80 energy, ideally. That's how much energy she can get from using 2 bubbles, not 47. So she's gotten about 5/8 of the energy that she could have. But B, I forced back their whole team. I forced the whole team to basically turn and look at me, except for Brig, who's doing her own thing over here, doing nothing. Forced the whole team to look at me, which gives my team the opportunity to get picks, gets kills, create space, etc. This is all great. Because Winston's gun doesn't have any travel time, right, and it does very low damage, you basically never feed bubbles, right? Because you can stop attacking right away when the bubble happens. If you compare it to someone like Pharah, the rocket could already be in the air by the time a bubble is popped, and even with perfect reflexes, you can't stop that rocket from hitting the bubble. So that's a really good example why bubbles don't really do a lot against Winston, or rather you don't feed them very much, and the fact that you splash many targets also means that bubbles aren't that effective, because bubbles are really good at preventing a single target from dying. They're not good against preventing the whole team from taking damage and dying. Anyway, so right now, I already feel good. We definitely have the advantage right now. You see my echoes coming in for the flank. So I chill here. I don't need to jump away because I'm at full health. I actually get a lot of healing this game, which is great. I'm like turning back to get ready to jump back to my team if I need to, but I realize I have more than enough healing. I'm still in bubble. I'm fine. I don't think I realized the Brig is on top of me, so I jump in. I really should have just killed the Brig here. It's a very unusual spot for the Brig to be in. But I'm going to jump over here, and you notice that I'm jumping to some place where I have cover. I'm not jumping into the middle where I could do even more damage. I'm jumping someplace that's safe. I jump here, I zap, 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 zap. If I get in danger, I just walk around the corner. And if they want to kill me, they're going to step in to try to kill me, and that'll expose their backside to my team, which is dangerous for them. So I play here, play safe, right? Try to zap 3 as much as I can. Chill, reload. Brig is on me. I'm like, cool, I'll zap the Brig, right? Again, I'm keeping track of my health. I'm at 482. I'm not in danger right now. Zap. I force another bubble out. I immediately stop attacking her, and I jump. So this is actually interesting. I actually probably didn't need to jump here, but it's okay, right? I had plenty of health here. By jumping, I prevent Zarya from getting ult charge, but I honestly could have just jumped right into them and done even more damage and potentially forced out Moira, fade / killed her. But I think jump here is okay, right? I don't think it's a clear right-wrong decision, but I think it is okay in this situation. Note here, ult charge, right? Zarya only at 14. I'm already at 36, so I'm over double her ult charge off of the first 2 engagements. Alright, I put bubble down. So I'm actually going to take a shot here. Something hits me. I think I get headshotted by a soldier, is my guess. Actually, no, it's fine. I put bubble down, right, again, I'm blocking off most of the team. The Zarya's inside. I know she's got to be low on bubbles right now, right? She just used, because I've seen her use like bubbles nonstop. Zarya has 2 bubbles initially, and then she gets 1 bubble every 10 seconds, which means that she only has bubble after her first 2 bubbles are used 20% of the time, because bubbles last 2 seconds, for the rest of the fight. Unless she has the opportunity to build up charges. So, generally speaking, Zaryas actually don't have bubbles very often once you get through the first 15, 20 seconds of the fight. Which is a long time, right? But, like, you gotta work through it. So, you see that I try to step forward. I try to do some zapping here. I'm expecting to get healed at this moment in time. I think the Ana is trying to attack people. So, I'm not going to heal, which is actually okay, right? Again, notice I get low. I immediately walk around the corner, and I'm fine, right? I'm totally fine. I'm safe. Good to go. So I notice, hey, where's my Ana? And I want to stand someplace where the Ana can heal me, right? So I stand right here, very intentionally, making sure she has line of sight, and heal. Zarya tries to engage on me, that's fine, right? I zap, force bubble out, I immediately stop attacking her, I reload, and now I jump into the team. An even better one would have been a short jump, but this jump is okay. I put ball down, again, keeping the Zarya on the other side of the bubble, and I zap the Brig. Why do I zap the Brig? The Brig, A, is overextended, right? She's clearly around the corner, not able to be helped by her team, can't get any healing. She's also purple right now, which is great. So I'm looking for the opportunity to kill her. I walk into her, right? Zap, 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 zap. She bashes me, melee, and kill her. Sometimes it's just that easy, right? Like, the opposing team makes mistakes, right? I'm just playing patient, just constantly applying pressure. They thought they could kill me in this room, even though they didn't really have a good chance of doing that. Brig's out of position, I zap, 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 melee, kill. And there we go. Right? And now that she's dead, the fight's basically won, right? Now we're looking at a 5-on-4 situation. Actually, Echo died, so it's 4-on-4, but we have a short spawn, so we should be good here. But Moira dies here as well. I'm going to jump in. This jump, I think, is not great. So my execution in this game was probably only mediocre. I don't think it was great or not, but I think that's actually better to show as an example versus a game where I played flawlessly and you'd be like, oh wow, this seems dominating. Like, I actually made quite a few mistakes in this game. So this jump is actually not so good. There's no real reason for me to go in here. I'm trying to apply more pressure because I understand that we're up, but I should have jumped either high ground here or jumped over here or waited for bubble. I think basically jumping into open space here was not the best option, or at least landing over here. But either way, I'm like kind of indecisive. I'm stuck in no man's land. I recognize that right away that I'm stuck in no man's land, and I immediately get the cover. So my priority here is not dealing damage, it's avoiding damage, which is why you see that I'm using the pillar to like play ring around the Rosie against the Hanzo to prevent the Hanzo and the Zarya from killing me. So I just chill here because I know we're up by a lot. The only way that we lose this is if I throw and die right now. As long as I don't die, this fight's basically won. So I chill. Kiriko goes up to me. I see that Hanzo's already dead, so I jump to Zarya. I force bubble, which is exactly what I want, right? So let's look how much charge she gets, okay? She's at 35, 33, 31, right? Jumps in, and she's only at 36. She's at 56. That was not from me. Somebody else shot her, because there's no possible way that I could do 100 damage in an attack. Right, so right now, she's at 36. Somebody else shoots her, because I'm going to stop shooting her right away. See, I'm not attacking her right now. Right, and I zap her afterwards. Just zap a little bit. I'm just trying to farm a little charge. And I chill. Now, I don't want to cross this bridge because the bridge is curved, which prevents my team from seeing me. A. B, I know the cart is still really far away, so I'm not going to have my Ana. And C, there's just no way to really survive over here. There's no cover or anything else for me to use to stay alive. So I'm okay letting them stay on the other side of the bridge and just playing back and waiting for the choke. I know that with the cart this far back, there's going to be another fight here, so I'm preparing for the next fight and trying to farm as much ult charge as I can. She bubbles that charge, it's not a big deal, right? 50 damage is 10 energy to her. I don't really care about that. And you see that I'm very intentionally staying out of her beam range, right? She tries to beam me. You notice the beam is short, and I know it, right? I'm constantly staying out of range of the beam. Now she finally gets me, but like she realizes how far forward she has to walk, and she gets nervous about this and backs off right away. Right? Zarya tries to walk forward. I can't really do anything about her. Like I think that probably some other Winstons might have jumped in front of her and tried to stop her. That's not my goal, right? I know there's plenty of space here. There's two supports. There's no way the Zarya should kill anybody. I'm looking to see what I can do against the backline. It's not my job to stop the Zarya. It's my job to win the fight, which is often going against the backline here. You'll also notice that somebody on their team switched to Reaper. Who was it? Their Sojourner switched to Reaper. Now, as a counter to me. Very clearly a counter to me. So again, letting Zarya in. I'm just charging zaps, right? Zap. Right, trying to zap anybody I can. I reload here instead of continuing zap because I know I'm about to dive. So I want full ammo when I dive. So I'm reloading, right, looking, and now I go in. So these are 5 people, but I have control of the corner. I'm going to have bubble, and I'm going to have primal here. And I know I'm going to have primal because I'm at 91% right now, and I'm going to be zapping at least 3 people this whole time. So you see how fast I get primal there, and like I get 10% ult charge in a second and a half. I knew right away that I was gonna get primal here, so I feel perfectly safe. There's no way that I can die here unless I get somehow stunned out of being able to pop primal in time. So I wait, right? takes some more damage, and then I pop Primal. So now there's 5 people grouped up. The goal is I'm just going to go in here and cause havoc. And I don't think this is one of my best Primals ever by any means. It's kind of okay, right? Just kind of work on people. The Hanzo got super low. I was expecting the Tracer to finish him, which she might. All right, and you see that I get low, and then I'm going to come back. So let's roll this back. Again, I reload, jump in, pop bubble, zapping 4 targets right now. Zap, zap, zap. I have Primal right away. I play as long as I can to stay back, using the entirety of the bubble, right, to buy myself time. Then, at this point, they're all like, hey, look, let's kill him. Winston only has 250 health, and he doesn't have jump. Now I pop Primal, reset my health completely, jump in, and now I just mess up everyone. And generally speaking, what happens is your team gets picks out of this. You see that, again, I injured the Hanzo. The Hanzo's down to 30 health, or 40 health-ish. I just, like, kind of gave him up. I'm like, look, I expect the Tracer, who I saw over here, was going to kill him. I would also expect any of these 3 people over here to get kills, but obviously it does not happen quite that way. And then I chill, play back here. I need to get health back up. I do not want to die, right? And then reset the fight. So we don't actually get a kill here, right? But we do scatter the positioning, right? We make a little bit of space. Reaper's going for the back line, but there's nothing I can do about that. I go back in here. I'm trying to move the cart, and I'm trying to force the Zarya forwards to the cart where she's vulnerable, because she has to stop the cart or the cart will cap pretty soon. So she's trying to play up. I'm using bubble to prevent her from getting much ult charge against me. Note that I've already popped ultimate, and I'm 6% into my next ulti, and she's still only at 73. All right, play the corner again. Purple goes up. As soon as purple goes up, it's great. This is why Ana Grenade is like one of the best abilities in the game. I jump in. Ana also pops nano on me. Doesn't matter. Didn't really need it, but it's fine, right? I kill the Brig, right? I kill the Brig, look for next, reload. And one of the reasons why I'm not going right away is because she's already coalesced anyway, and the Zarya's here, so I might as well just go for the Zarya, because the Moira's never going to die here. Between the self-regen from coalescence and the fact that she's going to have fade, I just cannot kill her. But I'm guessing here that the Zarya is probably low on bubbles. Zap, 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 right? And I recognize, hey, look, she's probably low on bubbles, and she is. So starting from... I think I actually hear this bubble. Yeah, I hear that bubble right there. I hear her bubble, so I know with that bubble that she will not have any more bubble charges. Because remember, once the fight has begun in earnest, like 10-15 seconds in, she will always only have bubbles up 20% of the time. So if you ever see her use a bubble after roughly 10 seconds, that is the only bubble she'll have for probably at least 5 seconds after that, depending on how long she's been holding it. So I know I have an opportunity to kill her right now. Again, Zarya without bubbles is actually extremely fragile. I pretty much kill her like very, very quickly there. And then engage back in, and with that, it's over. So we cap. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to make another mechanical mistake. So there's 2 people who have forward spawn. I'm trying to go for the Zen. I should have stepped in slightly further. I clipped the top, which puts me in this awkward spot. I immediately have to put down bubble because I know the Reaper's going to challenge me. I'm trying to bubble dance. I should have bubble danced out the other side of it, but I was hoping that we would kill the Reaper faster, and he's going to kill me, which is silly, but at the end of the day, it doesn't actually matter because the cart is going to move regardless. To the map. See, the cart's going to keep moving regardless of whether or not I'm there or not, because we just have control of all of this space. So I'm going to come back. Cart really hasn't been slowed down pretty much at all. And now we're back forwards. So once again, looking, who can I get, right? I don't want to be jumping the Reaper. Well, Reaper just straight up dies here. Right? I recognize, hey, Zarya's in. I expect the Zarya's probably used at least 1 bubble right now, which is correct, right? Because I saw the Reaper die, so I assume that she probably bubbled the Reaper earlier. I go in for the Moira. I know that she probably has fade, which she does, right? But I want to force out the fade, because if you don't force out fade, then she's never going to die. Someone's got to do it. Zarya uses her second bubble here. I know that I probably have 3-ish seconds at least before she's going to have another bubble. I actually have 7. Zap to Zarya. Again, bubble dancing, making it really hard for her to get ult charge off of me. You'll notice that she has ulti now, and I'm at 70% to my next ulti. So I'm almost lapping her in ults here, right? I think that in general, if you use twice as many ultimates as the opposing role, whether not a BTPS support, whatever, you're almost always going to win that game, right? It's very, very hard to deal with double the amount of ultimates. And again, partially, like, she needs to find the right opportunity to ult as well, and me constantly applying pressure, forcing her team back, preventing her from building up bubbles, bubbling her off, that prevents her from being able to get a good opportunity to grab, right? Like, my Ana has been under virtually no pressure the whole game, other than the occasional Reaper flanks. So, right here, I'm going to see the Zen. I go in the Zen right now despite the fact that I don't have bubbles, because I see my Tracer can focus her down as well, and I figure with only Zarya here, I think that I can make it back and not die. I'm also expecting my Ana to actually be on cart here. I don't really know why she's playing this far back. This is I guess the Hanzo was here on the right. But you see how she's moving backwards? She's moving forwards. There's no way this Hanzo was ever going to be able to stop her. So at higher ranks, I think that the Ana would be here, right? Which is the correct play. But Zen gets low. I'm charging right click for him. I get grabbed, which is a bad grab, right? This grab's not going to do anything, right? I'm full health. It's just me in it. I bubble myself off anyway, just in case. You see, it's completely wasted. I work with the Moira, go in because I see that my Tracer's in deep right now, and I'm going to assume that my Tracer's going to need help. She does have rewind, but I just want to get an opportunity to get a kill here. Big splash damage, right? I back away immediately because the Reaper's chasing me, right? I see the Tracer's dead. As soon as the Tracer's dead, I'm out of here, right? Jump out, and then I know we're down 1 right now, and I know they have short spawn, so trades are bad, so I do not think we're likely to win this fight. But I'm looking to see, hey, look, hey, the Zarya's trying to go after my Hanzo. I go in, I apply damage to her, right? Get her low, really, really low, right? That was a possible kill opportunity, but, you know, sometimes it doesn't work. It's okay. Force Suzu out. Moira comes in, gets insta-killed by the Kiriko. I see Reapers wraithing here. There's nothing I can do about him. I just zap him a little bit. So now I'm looking for another dive. I have Primal, so I can be very, very aggressive right now. Again, a big part of why Winston's successful against Zarya here is that she cannot stop the Winston from doing basically anything that the Winston wants to do, right? He can jump in, even if she bubbles everybody, that's still space created, right? There's all these people over here that are not doing anything. I lock off, for example, the Winston and the Kiriko here, and then the rest of my team is fighting a 4-on-2, 4-on-3 on the outside. That's why Winston is so powerful against Zarya, is that you just can't stop him from doing, like, his job. Right? I jump in right away, I put down bubble, I zap the Kiriko, you see, hey, zap, 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 right? I walk back into the bubble as soon as Zarya starts hitting me, right? Now I zap the Zarya as long as I possibly can. I hear the Reaper coming, so I'm trying to create a little bit more space away from him, and then I'm going to jump forwards now. Now this might seem like an odd choice, but remember, I still have Primal, right? Again, jumping with a bubble is generally a huge mistake, but I have Primal here, and I know this is the last fight of this point. So I'm perfectly fine using Primal here to win. I also checked, I believe, and I know that my Tracer is back at this point in time. So I am good to go. So zap, 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 right? So you see, I'm intentionally trying to be greedy here. I'm trying to not use Primal unless I absolutely have to. So I'm going to jump up in the air to buy myself time, give my supports chances to heal me, and I come back down. My Kiriko is going to die here completely unnecessarily. I check this replay later to see if I killed her, like if she jumped to me and like it was my fault for abandoning her, but she has Suzu and Swift Step right now, and should definitely not have died right now. Anyway, you're going to see that I'm locking off these two over here, but the Hanzo, Kiriko / Reaper are actually doing some amount of work in the back. Yeah, see now they're pressuring the Ana, kill the Ana, but like this is a 3-on-2 in the back, so they should really win this. But anyway, back to me. Right, I'm over here. I pop Primal here, but I'm going to realize that I don't think I can actually win this fight. Yeah, there's like way too many people alive. So I messed up that jump. I decided to just reset. So I just wasted this Primal, right? I didn't really need Primal here. This was a mistake. I'm going to start farming for the next Primal and reset. So once again, zap, 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 zap. So the Ana sleeps the Reaper up here. I'm going to jump up top. I'm going to hit the railing, and I should have meleeed it right here. And I realized it's just too late that I should have meleeed it to go in. It was just a silly mistake. So I'm going to go up top. Now, one of the reasons why I'm going up top here is, you remember previously I lost because they controlled high ground, flanked, and then dropped and killed my Ana. So I need to do more work here in terms of controlling this upper ground space to prevent them from having the flank to get in, drop, and then kill my Ana or whomever is my backline. So that's why I'm going up here, contesting this a little more than I did previously. Note about ammo, right? Zap, 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 right? As soon as the bubble's here, I stop shooting. You can see my ammo 59, right? I'm not attacking, right? Zap, 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 zap. I force the bubble, the charge from Zarya, right? Now I reload, and now I jump in. This jump's actually bad. I should jump to the left. But I jump in, force the Hanzo and Kiriko, right? Zap, 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 zap. Right, Hanzo's dead. Right, once again, go in. Right, kill. I look, right? I want to see how much healing I can get. 380. I have 1 second to bubble. That's why I jump in here. I jump in. Does good Suzu to prevent the landing damage. Zap, 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 zap. Right, again. Zap, zap, zap. Killed Moira. I mess up this jump again, right? I should either jumped through the top or gotten lower to jump through. I was just nervous because I was low on health. Kiriko comes. Good healing save, and then I'm just chilling, and then the Zarya is gonna die here. But note again on the engagement. Right? Control high ground first, prevents them from having access to my backline. I get the nano here, which I was not expecting. I go in on the Hanzo Kiriko, which is fine. I think I also could have gotten Moira, who didn't have Fade. Either one would have been okay. But the Moira's behind me, and I would expect my team to kill him. So, right, kill. I get a little bit of health, right? I'm 360, but I have bubble coming up, so go back in again. Zap, 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 right? Again, watch from the Zarya's perspective, right? Trying to zap me, but I'm going to stay on the opposite side of the bubble. Well, actually, she just walks forward now. She's trying to stall cart, which is actually the correct play. I think Zarya actually played fine this game. It's just really hard to do this matchup. I don't like playing Zarya into Winston either. So with that, Zarya's dead. I walk forwards looking to see what I can get. So, 4 people here. I know there's no tank because I just killed the tank. So we have the opportunities, but I don't want to dive into the Reaper. So I definitely need bubble before I do anything. I have bubble now. Reaper comes forward. I go forwards, right? Reaper comes towards me. I jump past the Reaper and attack the back line to prevent the Reaper from doing anything. So I go past the Reaper, put down bubble. I intentionally try to get to the opposite side of the bubble to prevent the Reaper from chasing me. If he was here, he'd have to run through 2 walls of the bubble to get me. He's gonna walk over here. He's gonna ulti. It's not my responsibility. There's nothing I can really do about this. My team does a good job shutting him down, killing him, I think. Or at least forcing out Wraith. Yeah, they force out Wraith. I come back, look for him, kill him with right click. Right click does a surprisingly amount of value. I really love. I've been incorporating right click way more into my gameplay recently, which I think has leveled up my Winston game a lot. So I'm gonna jump in here. I didn't know about the Roadhog switch, so I jump in. I'm like, oh shoot, there's a Roadhog. I bubble right away to stop it. Right. Avoid the Roadhog as much as I can, looking for opportunities. I jump on the Kiriko, who I see is isolated, right? Get her low, force Swift Step, excellent. I hold right click to see if I can get a right click kill on her, but she actually gets killed by the dragon. Jump on the Hanzo, who's isolated. Right, I bubble in case someone comes right behind me. I actually probably didn't need it, but I was afraid the Hog would come behind me and like hook kill and interrupt the kill. Alright, so I'm chilling right now. One thing to note about final points, I've said this probably in a bunch of other videos, final points really do not reward mobility on most maps. They tend to be very confined fights where the priority is being able to out-brawl the opponent, and in particular also having better ultimates. Right? Often you require those ultimates to win, and because you really need to win one fight at this point in time. Primal Rage is not a consistent killer, right? Again, you can't kill someone who's pocketed compared to something like Shatter or Grav or Flux, which are much better at confirming a team wipe than Primal Rage is. But Primal Rage is a lot more flexible. You can use it in many different scenarios. You can isolate people, but when the spawn is so close and you need to win a fight very quickly so that you can push in and cap it, it's not great. So I'm already thinking that I may switch off Winston here, especially since they've gone Roadhog and Reaper at this point. Reaper alone was not a problem. As you could already see, the Reaper didn't do anything to me. They switched Reaper before the first point even got capped, and the Reaper has basically been a non-factor from my perspective. But with Roadhog and Reaper and the fact that it's a final point cap, I'm probably already going to switch here. So I'm looking for a right-click zap on Kiriko so I can go on her. 150 health Kiriko, much quicker to kill than 200 health Kiriko. So just looking. I can't do anything about the Reaper, so I'm just ignoring him completely. Looking, I jumped right here because I recognized the Hog was about to hook me. Because you see, I'm trapped in an alley on the right side, so he's gonna go for the hook right now. So I jump out of the way. I actually jumped a little late. I jump in, put down bubble, try to isolate, but I see Coalescence already popped. I see the Tracer's already dead. I just kind of give myself up right now. There's like no point in trying to fight this. I'm gonna switch to Reset at this point. So if you're curious about the Winston part of this gameplay, the Winston versus Zarya part, that is over. All right, I think that we covered through in pretty good detail Winston versus Zarya. Like, why is Winston strong? How do you play against Zarya? How do you bait bubbles and then not feed her energy? How do you kill the Zarya sometimes when she's overextended? How to work down her team, how to control space, etc. If you'd like to see the end of this, which is going to be pretty quick, you're also going to see what happens when the entire enemy team swaps to counter you, and then you go something that counters them, and you just roll over them. So the enemy team has obviously gone Reaper, Roadhog, and then Zenyatta here as well. Zenyatta being good against Winston because Discord is very, very strong and does a lot of damage. But I'm going to come out as Orisa, and Orisa just kind of rolls over all those people. And you're going to see that in pretty strong showing right here. So I come up. So one of the things, like, I know my team's not fully here, but Orisa is such a strong, self-sufficient hero for the first like 5 to 10 seconds because of her abilities that I don't need to worry about dying here, but I have a very strong pick potential. And you're going to see that. So I poke the Hanzo a little bit just to prevent him from swinging wide. I don't want the Hanzo to swing here because then he's going to consistently be hitting me and do a ton of damage. If he wants to go over here, that's fine. I'll take that. So I'm trying to trap the Hog here. So you see, this is what's called a kidnap, where as Orisa, you kind of move somebody away from where they want to be. So I'm pushing him away from his team around the corner. So you see they can no longer heal him or see him or damage me. So I'm going to push him out of position, which also stops his hook. From here, I pop Fortify. I just stand still. Why am I standing still? Because I don't need to worry about damage at all. I have no headshot hitbox and I take half damage. I can just gun him down. So I'm just shooting him constantly, trying to hit him in the head. Again, you see the red markers from the headshots. He's going to pop heal, which of course I knew was coming. And as soon as it pops heals, I'm going to immediately javelin him into the wall. Zap, 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 right? He gets extremely low. Suzu saves his life for a few seconds, and then kill him anyway. So, again, Roadhog dead. My team killed the Hanzo and killed the Zen. But this is a big part of like why I think A, Roadhog's not that strong right now, but B, it's the idea of like if the other team over counters you on one hero, switching to a hero that counters them is incredibly powerful. So walking through, right? Yep, Roadhog's dead. Great. So we're gonna move forward. I'm gonna spin forward right now for mobility, not for defense. I have plenty of health, obviously. I want to go after the Kiriko. I need to force cooldowns as soon as possible. Kiriko does not swift step yet. I don't know if she didn't have it. She did have it. She just didn't do it in time. I don't think she realized how much danger she was in. Is my guess. She probably thought she was okay right now. And then as soon as she thinks about doing the swift step, I javelin her into the wall and then insta kill her. Right, attack, 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 attack. Insta kill. So after that, look for the Pharah. Right, gun down the Pharah. Great. So that's all taken care of. At this point, they're just going to trickle in to try to stop the cart. So I see Dragon coming out, and I know the Dragon has to come from the Hanzo, who has to spawn right here. The Hanzo can go either right door or left door. So I'm going to walk over here, and I'm going to be listening. You notice I'm not attacking at all. I'm listening to hear whether I hear footsteps on the left or hear footsteps on the right, or no footsteps at all. If I hear no footsteps, I know he's going right side. So whichever way, I want to cut him off and kill him, because Hanzo's very easy to kill because he only has one small dash ability. So Risa's really, really good at hunting him down. So I wait, I hear, as soon as I'm like, okay, yep, left footsteps on the left side, I also see that he's dashed. I throw a Javelin. Javelin has like the smallest collision hitbox in the game. It's like actually crazy how hard it is to hit people with Javelins at times. I run into this problem all the time, where I'm like, how did that miss you? Like, this is basically into his arm, but still misses. But whatever, it is what it is. So from here, I'm just gonna get him down. You see that I pop spin just to knock him back, actually, to get a little, make it my shots a little easier to kill him off quickly, because I know there's gonna be supports or whomever responding. And then I pop fortify, and I just stand still, makes my aim easy, right, and kill him. Now I work on the Roadhog. Well, I know I still have fortify for at least another second. The Roadhog can't do anything against me right now, so I'm just gunning him down, right? Right, he comes in. I know he's going for the heal. I immediately javelin, and then he's gonna die. All right. Cool. I will stop there. Hopefully this was helpful at thinking through the Winston versus Zarya matchup.